When converting data type format to a character, Oracle offers us a really powerful and vast format mask. So let's jump straight ahead to the example. In my example, I'm converting just the sysdate, which is the input parameter, so the date format we're gonna change to a character format. And the second parameter is the format mask, so conditions by which our output is gonna be outputted, right? And of course, this function is overloaded, so I can also pass the third parameter, which we learned about, and those are the NLS parameters. Of course, I can pass only one parameter as a date format, and the output is gonna be just the default date format that is set up on our system. In this lesson, we're gonna deal just with the two parameters passed in to our toChar function when dealing with the dates. So when I execute this, we get the result as following. In our formatting mask, we get the day. As you can see, today is Monday, followed by a comma, a literal text, which is the DD, which signifies the number of the day in month. Again, literal text, having the of text, the name of the month, which is in our case October, and the hours, which is the current year. You might notice that we got our day of the week in uppercase, the same for the month, and sometimes you do not want to output in such way, but in normal init-cap format. A solution for this is very simple. I just replace the rest of the mask keyword to a lowercase. So when I execute this, we're gonna get a correct output considering the case of the letters in our output. The same applies for the month keyword in our mask. Again, we can see that October is outputted correctly. In our output, you might notice some trailing spaces are present. Oracle also offers us a simple solution for this. We just have to add FM at the start of our formatting mask, and it's gonna remove any trailing spaces in our output. Let's try it out. And we can see the output is much cleaner now. Also, in the output, you might notice the day of the month doesn't have a suffix as first, second, third, fourth, and so on. This can be also fixed by adding the th after our day format, and this will automatically add suffix to the number. So when I execute this, you can see it added 4th of October. Again, you can see this is in uppercase, but again, a simple fix for that is just to change the D into the lowercase. And now we get the correct output. In our formatting mask, we can also specify to output the time of that date, which we pass into our toChar function. And this is again included into our formatting mask. In my example, I'm using the hours as a 24-hour format. Minutes, notice that I have M and I. It is not MM because the MM would signify as the month in the year, as a digit number of that month. The SS is the second, and the AM will return if it's AM or PM, so before noon or afternoon. So when I execute this, we get the correct time. At the moment, it's 10 hours, 23 minutes, 19 seconds, and it's pre-noon. For the AM-PM mask, we can change that also to PM, and the output will be completely the same. So it does not play any role if we put into our formatting mask PM or AM, the output will be the same. As you can see, it didn't return as afternoon since it's still the same time. I can also format that in the 12th hour. So when I execute this, we'll get the same result at the moment. But if it would be, for example, 2 p.m., we would not get 14 for the hours, but 2. And of course, we'll get the PM. The important thing for the 12-hour and the 24-hour formatting is to remember, especially for the midnight, as this could be a trick question on the exam. When we use the 12-hour formatting, the midnight is gonna be outputted as 12:00 a.m. And when we use the 24-hour, so this is for the 12-hour formatting, and when we use the 24-hour formatting, right, we're gonna get that as 00 AM. An important thing to remember, especially for the exam. In my last example, I'm outputting 4 columns, and in these examples, I'm using the toDate function just to convert some character date to a date format, and the input is again with the formatting mask with Ys and Rs. And in the last 2 examples, I'm using the R, and in first 2, the Y. Both of those formatting masks are for the years, but the R's are tied to a current century. So from the first side, you might think the first 2 rows will output completely the same as the last 2, but this is not the case. So when I execute this, you'll see that any year that is after the mid of the century, it's gonna output for the previous century. So this could be a trick question. And just remember, when we pass in the dates with the formatting mask RR, lower numbers than 50 for the year are gonna convert to a current century, and the numbers for our year with 50 or higher are gonna convert to a previous century. Of course, this would not happen if we used a full formatting mask with 4 Rs and input it as 2049 and 2050, but still to remember, as this could be a trick question. As said, when converting the dates to a character, Oracle offers us very many possibilities for the output. So again, under the resources, you have a table, and try with some examples for yourself. Try to get different outputs as you desire, and just practice it out, as this is very powerful and important function to remember. See you in the next one.